Hello, world. It's me, Dennis Tardan.
And I'm John Wright.
And as you can see, we are both two old white guys.
Dennis and I grew up in the same rural ranching community in South Texas. But over the last 50 years, our paths and our worldviews have diverged.
I adopted and have followed a liberal and progressive ideology.
And I adopted and followed a conservative and libertarian ideology. We are here to talk and to listen to one another and see where we might find common ground.
Or at least agree to disagree without being disagreeable. This is two old white guys. I'm going to ask you to lead today.
Oh, thank you.
And because I need your help, John, I need you to guide me into what we're going to be talking about and help me get out of my interviewer uh, mindset that I keep getting into. I want to get into conversations. I want to know what you feel like the lefty, communist, woke uh, people are driving you nuts, and what the hell am I doing over there with them?
Yeah, well, you forgot Pinko and
Pinko,
Inuretic.
Pinko. I was trying.
Tommy
I was
Pinko, Inuretic bedwetters.
There you go. That's what I needed to that's what I needed to say. Anyway, so that's what I want you to take over, okay?
Okay.
Ready?
Yes.
All right.
This week, if I were not a calm, collected individual, not prone to go off on tangents, I would be ready to explode.
Really? And without even saying hello to me? Hello, John Wright.
Well, I've already said, oh, this is for the consumers. Hello
Yes.
there, Dennis. How
Thank
the
you.
heck are
Thank
you?
you. Just reminding that we grew up at a time where manners and you tipped your hat to people and said hello and had all that. So instead of just jumping right into some kind of a hubbub, let's go ahead. Now, you were saying that you would explode. Why would you be exploding?
Well, we can start with the first thing.
Hmm.
At least the first thing that I think is the greatest sin.
Yes.
Delaware is passing a law, it's going through the legislature now,
Hmm.
which gives the school control of medical decisions of
Hmm.
its students. And
Hmm.
these medical decisions can be kept secret from the parents. And that includes
Right.
gender change. The parents don't have, at least according to the law, the school, and it hasn't been passed yet. But knowing Delaware, it probably will.
How do you know
And
Delaware? What is it about those Delawareans that would keep secrets from the parents? How does this even happen, John?
well, it happens because the woke have an agenda.
Delaware woke people have an
The
agenda
woke
that
in
that.
general. I mean, Delaware is just a start. If you look at the things that Delaware does,
Hmm.
it's almost like California used to be.
Yes.
California would do something and kind of spread east. Well,
Right.
Delaware, as an example, Delaware was the first state to
Hmm.
codify road versus weight.
Right.
And, this is fine. That's a choice for the states to make.
Right.
And it appears that that's what the Supreme Court is going to say.
That is appears of what is the Supreme Court is going to say, and then this week, considering that we're on the 20th of May, 2020. Oklahoma has passed a law saying that at fertilization, anything that happens after fertilization can be sued. People can be sued. It follows Texas law, right? So that is
Well, Texas law has a 15-week, I think, limit to abortion. 6 weeks. So that's fine because
6 weeks.
again, it's based on
Heartbeat law that after 6 weeks you can have there's a bounty that you can sue any medical provider or anyone who assists someone in order to get that you can do that. you can do that. And the Fifth Circuit let it go, and the Supreme Court decided to pass on it until the anyway, that's where that's set. So that's dealing with the body, right? That's dealing with choice, as you're saying. This Delaware law is dealing with choice, correct?
Well, it's the choice of the school and the student, not the parents. The parents have the responsibility, as last I checked, for raising a child,
right?
And
So
teaching
this
it right
has not
from
been,
wrong.
yeah, exactly. But this has not even been signed into law. We're talking
No,
about
it's being argued, and
it's being argued. And so, yes, many things are being argued, but it's not been signed into law. Can we talk about things that have been signed into law, or at least are going to the governor's desk? If this was going to the governor's desk and the parents' rights were being superseded, I would certainly join you in saying that that's not something that is wise.
Okay, then let us go to we are obviously living in violent times.
Violent times.
We are violent times.
Exactly. We had our capital attacked. The capital of the United States was attacked on January the 6th, 2021. I mean, that has not happened in over 100 years, much, since I think like the War of 1812 or something that has happened.
No, you're wrong. Cox's army descended upon Washington. I want to say it was after World War I.
Mm-hmm.
They were demanding, because they were we're in the midst of a depression.
Exactly, and they were demanding the repayments. They were demanding the payments that were promised to them by the government.
Correct. So, no, it's not that long ago.
And there was an attack on the Capitol. There was actually an insurrection. They fought through and they like went into the Capitol.
No, the President of the United States sent the National Guard to disperse them from their campsite. They had encamped outside of Washington.
Exactly.
This January 6th thing is it's really more of a diversion than anything else.
Oh my God! Did you watch it, John?
Yes, I watched it.
You watched it, and to you, that was a diversion, like a mere nothing. I mean, you saw people beating and breaking through the windows and doing that, and that to you was a diversion?
I believe not the act itself, but this much ado about nothing is what the Democratic woke are doing. They are trying to take attention from the destruction of the United States. Now, the people, let me finish now. The people that broke into the Capitol were trespassing. The interesting thing to me is I went back and researched just exactly what Trump had done. Trump had released or had signed a order releasing 20,000 National Guardsmen for protection of the Capitol.
Mm-hmm.
The Capitol Police agreed. The request had to go through that vituperative harridan Pelosi.
My hero, Nancy D'Alessandro Pelosi.
De Pelosi.
She's Italian. She's Italian from Baltimore.
She can be Italian, but that's why she's one of the 5 families.
Yes, she was one of the political families in Baltimore.
And she declined the offer.
Mm-hmm.
Within 5 minutes or so of the onset of the trespass,
mm-hmm.
Trump tweeted, "Stop it, go home."
Mm-hmm.
This is not the way to deal with things.
Yes.
Within a few minutes of it being posted, that call for anybody that was supporting Trump to go home was
mm-hmm.
taken down off of social media.
It was. Who took
Yes.
that down?
Well, I would think it was probably the CEO, the censorship plan of Twitter. Uh, you
Okay, so you're saying this is cool. So you're telling me that 5 minutes after that, Donald Trump tweeted, "Stop it," and then what did he do? When that was taken down, what did he do next?
what could he do?
He's the president of the
No.
United States.
Biden had been sworn in.
On
Biden,
January the 6th, he was
Biden,
not sworn in. John, for God's sakes, he was not sworn in until the 20th of January. Donald J. Trump was president of the United States on the 6th of January, 2021. He was president. John, I can't believe
2020. Well, January 6th, you're right.
2021.
Well, let's see. What
John,
had he
come
done?
on now. He was president
hey.
of the United States. I'm asking you this. He's president of the United States. Where was he during those 3 hours that have been completely lost? There is no communication for 187 minutes of Donald Trump. No commission, no calls, no ins, no outs. We don't know. It's blank. Does that not concern you?
Yes. What concerns me is the fact that Trump authorized a National Guard to protect. There was these rumblings about, Trump is going to declare martial law and all this other crap. And Pelosi declined the offer of protection.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Now,
and
if you were concerned, and he had told his people to go home, but was taken down off of social media.
If that was true. Now, John, how do you determine whether or not something like that is true? Tell me where you have that. How do you do your research to determine whether or not something is true or not?
Well, I was sitting at Mar-a-Lago the other day, and Don and I were having a cold one. And I said, "Hey, Don, what?" No, it was in the records. Trump had the record of the tweet. And when it went through onto Twitter, it had been deleted by perhaps a robot. I don't know. He had been banned. So it probably is, coming from tweet. It was shut down. But the tweet was sent. Now, you have.
Okay. I understand that that if he wasn't even on the platform, it wouldn't have mattered if he sent the tweet. It wasn't there. It didn't happen.
Okay. It was the UFO's fault, I guess.
But what I'm asking you is that, do you feel that he has, when you say that the Democrats are deflecting away, I think that there are plenty of problems to be dealt with today. There is certainly plenty of problems today. At the same time, I feel that our actual democracy is at stake, that there is an authoritarian going across the country, an authoritarian movement that is going across the country, that I am frightened that our democracy is at stake. Do you feel that?
Yes, we may disagree at where it's coming from, but then I think I have.
But it doesn't matter. But it doesn't matter
Yes.
where it's coming from. You and I are on the same side.
That is one time we agree.
You and I are on the same side, that we must resist. And I swear to you, John, I will resist to my last breath with you the authoritarian, anti-democracy forces that are out there. I will do that, and I believe I'm doing it. Now, you may see me as deluded, completely deluded. You may see me as completely wrong-headed and seeing from the wrong, but I promise you, I am on your side. I believe in a representative democracy that we have, in a democratic representative system that we have. I believe in this country, and I want to see it survive, and I'm scared that it's not.
Well, I accept your oath of allegiance to the democracy of this nation and the Constitution.
Yes.
we may see a difference. You know, I'm looking at Obama, and this is going back to the other problems going on: gas shortage, food shortage, shortage, you name it.
Yeah.
We are on our way into a depression.
Exactly, at least a recession. I will agree with you that no, I've been studying the economics, John, and I realize that a depression is a very clear word. We didn't even have a depression during the 2007 and 2008. That was a recession.
Yes, and the last depression, of course, the 30s was a depression.
Yes,
29 and 30. Prior to that, and I'd have to go check my dates, there was a depression.
There were wild market swings that had, and that we tried to work with the SEC and all to try to level out those market swings to where we have it. But all right, so you're saying we're going off a cliff. What can we do to prevent it?
Release the Kraken. Stop micromanaging economy. Stop the bullshit. This nation is just like after the first depression, the depression in 29.
Mm-hmm.
Our industrial capacity had not diminished.
Mm-hmm.
The capacity of our people to work had not left us.
Mm-hmm.
What we had was a loss of confidence
mm-hmm.
in where the nation was going and how it was doing. Now,
Right.
in many cases, financial institutions were behind this. But when you look at the people that lost money in depressions, it wasn't the banks. It wasn't the people who were engaged in the money making. These are
there have been a lot of people who made fortunes during the Depression.
That is correct. So we are in a situation now, for the first time. I mean, Obama, and this goes back to Obama when he told the Americans, told us that we must pull in our expectations. We must learn to accept that we cannot turn the air conditioner to 72 degrees.
Mm-hmm.
We must learn to accept the fact that we may not always find food on the shelves.
Mm-hmm.
We must accept the fact. I mean, remember when he said about the limited growth of the United States, it was going to come about. I mean, you can't expect more than 1%, 2%, or whatever. When he was defeated, that king of the Ultramax, which I love his.
Who was defeated?
When Obama ran out of his term, and I mean, he came to the end of his 2 terms.
Right.
Okay.
He was not defeated, John.
Well, I think that his overall intent for the country was delayed.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Hillary Clinton, people don't like Hillary. She's not a likable person.
Oh, she is to me.
Well,
some people don't. Some people don't, but I admire her immensely. I feel like that she was the most qualified person who's ever run for that office in the history of our country.
If you like graft and lies, there's so much in her record.
Oh, that's so easy. That's so easy for us to look at someone's life. I look at someone's life and I go, do you agree with everything that a particular politician? I don't. I certainly don't. And there are things I believe that as much. I mean, I want you to look at something. I have Barack Hussein Obama's picture up on my wall. I admire this man immensely. At the same time, I feel like there is a valid case to bring him up on war crimes for the extrajudicial killing of a United States citizen out of the country. That was a war crime. That is something that he owns. I understand. I don't know all the details about it, but that was a United States citizen that he had killed extrajudicially with no due process of law.
He was a United States citizen waging war, committing treason, and giving aid and comfort to the enemy. He was working to kill American citizens.
That was the response, and that was the response that President Obama did, and I believe it was wrong. I do not
Well,
believe that
I
is
don't.
that is my own, that is my own. We each have things, but there are things that I disagree with. There are things that I disagree with Barack Obama, who I feel was such. What I'm saying is that we can't agree all along. I'm
Well,
talking
I
about
agree with that, and we can't call
experience,
back
and when we're talking about graft, and we're talking about the kind of work, nobody has been investigated more, Ken Starr, thank you very much, than the Clintons. Nobody has had a microscope put on them more than the Clintons. Where is the evidence?
It was destroyed.
Oh, of course it was, John. Of course, how convenient that
But it's going to be
it
caught.
was. Of course, it was the. Your appetite for conspiracies is extraordinary. I'm telling you,
No, it
you
isn't,
will.
Dennis. I'm simply looking at a Secretary of State
Hmm.
who maintained a private server in her home, who destroyed every one of the government phones that she was asked to turn in, who washed the server with a program to make it unretrievable,
Mm-hmm.
who had a foundation
But
that,
it's the foundation is still active.
well, Chelsea has.
The Trump Foundation is no longer active because of that, but the Clinton Foundation is still
The
active.
Clinton Foundation is on its last legs. I mean, not for any reason other than the fact that they can't sell the influence as well as they could. Now, Monday, or perhaps it was Tuesday, we discover that the Steele dossier was submitted with Hillary's knowledge. I mean, today the testimony of Sussman.
I'm familiar with that, and I'm familiar with the state's attorney in doing that, and I'm perfectly willing to say that that was opposition research and part of what was done. And what does that mean? What big reveal is opposition research? I'd like to
It
understand
was
that.
used to lie to the FISA court. It was
To do what?
used the Steele dossier
To do what? Was
to
what did they?
spy on candidate Trump, and later to spy on his administration. He was impeached how many times?
Twice, and it had
Yes. And
nothing
who was
to
behind it?
do, and had who was behind it? Donald Trump. Donald Trump was impeached twice because of his behavior, not because of anyone else. Did he or did he not try to extort the Ukrainian president, Volodymyr Zelensky? Volodymyr, I can never say his first name. President Zelensky, in order to try to dig up dirt on Joe Biden. Did he or did he not do that? He did that.
Well, let's talk about Joe Biden then.
Now, wait a minute. Hold on a second. Did he or did he not do that?
The recordings of the conversation do not support the aggressive nature that you speak of. I think he knew.
I'd like you to do me a favor, though. Have you ever watched any gangster movie? You have never? Oh yeah, I'd just like you to do me a favor, though. Yeah, I'd be happy to give you that, but I need you to do me a favor. And are you kidding me?
Well, let's go back to Joe Biden. Joe Biden.
I love your whataboutism. You won't. The way you deflect, the way you deflect away from an actual issue. This is an actual. I'll be happy to discuss. I'll be happy to discuss Joe Biden at length. But what about this particular issue? You feel that was something that should not have been at all have been brought forward. Him extorting.
When the information was provided and the basic questions, I mean the transcripts. No, it shouldn't have been brought forward at all. Steele dossier, on the other hand, was known about by Hillary Clinton. Her lawyer is now in court.
Right.
There's some other indictments coming.
Good.
And these people, and this was with the knowledge of Hillary Clinton.
Okay.
At least it appears that, no, well,
I don't know that for sure, but we're going to find out. I promise
yes, we
you,
will.
John Durham, the attorney that was the prosecutor that was appointed, is going to be following that up. We're going to get, you know that he's going to do that. He is absolutely dogged about that, correct? So we will know that. So let's not speculate on that. Let's talk about something that you know, something that you feel that Joe Biden is either something that's clear, something that we can follow in evidence and discuss.
The video discussion that Joe Biden held on camera, bragging that he had told the president of the Ukraine that the $6 billion or $6 billion aid package was not going to go through unless he fired the Ukrainian prosecutor that was looking into Burisma. Now, of course, Burisma hired.
You're saying that this is on video.
Yes, he's bragging about it on video.
Okay. Here's the thing. We are right now. We are at this particular point on this. I will edit in, since it's on video. If it's on video, I'm going to edit this in. I'm going to edit it in, and then we'll get a chance to be able to say him bragging and ordering in quid pro quo that you have one. If you want this $1 billion aid, you are going to have to. I told him that he was going to have to fire the prosecutor who was looking into Burisma, which is the company that the gas company that Hunter Biden had some dealings with and had he was either a member of their board or something that got money from that. Correct?
That is correct. And his ending statement, and guess what? By the end of the day, he was fired. And this is bragging on the part of Joe Biden on video. I mean, he's been caught on video saying that.
I'm glad. I want to find.
You look for it, my gosh.
No, you help me find it, John. You're the one who is making this claim. It is fair for you. That's what I mean. All you have to do is find it, because I promise you, on YouTube, I can download it and we can put it on, and we'll put it on the air and we will discuss it. All right?
All right.
So, all right, that's on you. What else?
Well, you obviously think Hillary Clinton is a saint.
No, I don't. No, I do not. I believe she is a politician who has made mistakes, who has done